Here with Brother Imam Shakur. You know, this is why I'm here. I'm here because a tragic incident happened. You know, just, I don't know what day was it. 13th. 13th. Sister lost her life. Another senseless murder in this town. And this brother right here.
Was it a carjacking or just?
Yeah, my ex-wife, carjacking, mother of my children, carjacking. And they shot her in the back. And we got moved to the side.
You said it was a carjacking?
Yes, she was carjacked, kidnapped, might as well say. Shot in the back. Came over here, brought over here to 3rd Street. Dickinson, shot in the back. Took her car, pocketbook, money, PIN numbers, and then they used the cards within an hour after they murdered her.
So you saying they kidnapped her?
Yes.
And then brought her over here?
Yes. From ShopRite. And somebody said just left ShopRite from Springfield Avenue.
For real?
Yes. Wonderful human being, grandmother, mother of my children. You know, so we are all devastated. You know.
What you see here today was a collective of Muslim, Christian, everybody came together, man, and joined together with this brother and his family. So, you know, also he's going to be joining us on Saturday, April 22nd for the massive youth march. He's going to be one of our not just one of our imams on site, but one of our speakers. You know, it's going to be a collective. We have Christians, we have Muslims, we have people from all over. We have people from Newark here and cities all across. And I'm glad for him to be on that team.
Were they able? Did they catch him?
No, sir. They haven't caught him yet. They had some suspects in mind. Okay, we want to get the names and pictures of the suspects. Okay.
And this was actually, she was kidnapped from the new ShopRite.
Yes. So, you know, I give credit to the Newark police. They're aggressively pursuing the case.
Sure.
Okay, it was on Channel 2 News last night, CBS, the first story. You know, so that was fantastic.
What about News 12?
They were here today at the rally. 12, 10, 7, you know. I guess they saw the story on Channel 2.
Sure. Because I didn't hear anything about it until Salam reached out to me. I'm Zachariah Jackson, BASA News. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, you can go to my Facebook page, Imam Shakur, S-H-A-K-U-R, Abdul Rahim, and you see more of her pictures and, you know, how many people respond. My wife made a video about it, got about 1,000 views on that. And we talked about my oldest daughter, about Debbie. It pushed her over the edge mentally. She's still in the hospital.
Wow, okay. I guess so, yes. That's tragic.
At the funeral, Saturday, at Cotton's, there was a couple of hundred people there, you know, showing love and affection. And then we had the repast at my brother. Where's my brother? Deacon. My brother speaking with a reporter. Deacon Craig at a Good Neighbor Baptist Church, you know. So this is great. This has been great. I appreciate the Newark Anti-Violence Coalition for being here, and community activists Salam Ismail, Donna, Mildred Crump, Newark Council President, Minister Roundtree, Imam Hart, Imam Aquil. You know, so happy to see such a varied segment of support, of love and support. And that's how we can move forward when we have a collective group of people from all walks of life dealing with community issues, you know? That's what it's about.
Yes. Yeah, oh my God. Yes.
Appreciate you, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We'll be there on the 26th. God bless.
Anything we can do with BASA News, we do it, brother.
Give me your card. You got a card check?
I got a card, but I don't have one. I have one with me.
How you doing, sister?
Newark Anti-Violence Coalition.
Especially someone like that.
So the Newark Anti-Violence Coalition has been hosting rallies in the city of Newark over the past, going on 8 years now. And we realize that the importance is to raise awareness in the community A lot of times the community don't know what's happening and what's going on. So we want to raise the awareness. But sometimes they do know what's going on. And many times they don't want to say anything, or they want to have business as usual. And so we come to the community and we shut down the traffic and we interrupt the traffic to let them know that we're not going to have business as usual, and the life was interrupted, and so the community will be interrupted.
Did you know Deborah yourself?
No, I didn't know Deborah Burton myself, but I was outraged and heartbroken when I heard that she was gunned down the way that she was. It was senseless, it was heartless, and we cannot allow people in our community to do these heartless things. As a woman, and I just happen to be a young woman, it terrifies me to know that if that can happen to her, it can happen to me at any moment.
Could you talk to us about upcoming events like Rose Holding this week? Or next week? I know you mentioned too.
This week we have the National Crime Victims' Rights Week that is coming up. It's from April 2nd to the 8th. So it's a national initiative with the Office of Victims of Crimes. And we will be hosting on Sunday, April the 2nd at Central High School. It's going to be an empowerment day. And it's for anyone who's been a victim of a crime, whether that was a shooting, a stabbing, identity theft, sexual assault, domestic violence, carjacking, wrongfully incarcerated, any type of victimization that has happened, because we realize that when people are victimized, that it's swept under the rug, it doesn't go away, and many of them don't know their rights. So we're going to have someone there from the New Jersey Crime Victim Law Center to let them know what their rights are and some things that they can sue, he can sue on their behalf for when they don't get justice. So the title of the National Crime Victims' Rights Week is Strength, Resilience, and Justice. And we're going on that theme. Newark is hosting its first one, and it's going to be I Am a Survivor is the theme.
Now you mentioned it's nationwide, so this is going on.
Right, this is nationwide, but this is a community-based one. Most times the prosecutor's offices hold them, and administrations who deal with crime victims host these events. But we're going to do a community-based one, and it's a collaborative effort with about 16 to 18 other community-based organizations. So Sunday is the kickoff with an empowerment day. On Monday, April 3rd, we're going to do a caravan through the South Ward, which is a place where there's high crime, and there's a lot of victims there. So we're going to jump out in some of the hot spots and pass out information so that they can have resources for when they are victimized. On Tuesday, we're going to do a march and rally at the Martin Luther King statue.
In conjunction with POP?
In conjunction with the People's Organization for Progress. They do a rally every year for the assassination of Martin Luther King. And this is for justice. And also in the age of Donald Trump, some of the things that we need to be aware of. That's Tuesday at 4:30, we're going to march to the Federal Building. And on Wednesday, we're going to do a Youth Empowerment Day. On Thursday, we're going to have Real Talk Thursday at 7 p.m. at Weekway High School. And it's going to be being a victim and what does victim services look like in the age of Donald Trump. Friday is going to be a break, and we're just going to wear a color to represent victims. And on Saturday, we're going to do a big prayer circle for everyone who has been a victim of any type of crime.
From my own notes, just give us a list of what went at the rally.
At the rally today, we gathered the people from the community and also people who are not here from the community. And it's different community activists, clergy, religious leaders, some youth. And people just come together to bring awareness to a life was lost here. And at the expense of a woman, an older woman who happened to be a grandmother. And so we spoke about the senseless violence that's taking place, not just here in our community, but nationally, that violence is a national issue and it should be a public health issue. And in Newark, it is a public health issue. Violence is a public health issue. So we had different people to come out and speak. The family was here, and the family spoke out about the effect that this loss has been for them and how it affects their family. The community people who helped her and that found her, spoke about how it affected them as well. So trauma is real when a life is interrupted. It's vicariously spread through other people, even if they didn't themselves experience it, but it's vicarious that they are experiencing the loss, the trauma, the hurt, the despair, the anger, the outrage, and most times it ends up being fear that it can happen to you as well.
Talks, songs, prayers.
It was talks, it was songs, it was prayers, it was chanting, it was information given out, it was tears, it was laughter, it was silence, just all of the feelings and the emotions that you can possibly have and experience. And it becomes a community effort that when one person hurt, we all hurt. And when one laugh, we all laugh. And when one goes up and is built up, then we all are built up. And so it shows how community can come together to support each other and also come together to go forward to recruit. So we also talked about recruitment for people joining organizations, because we can't do it in silos. We can't do it individually. So we do need to be able to be a part of organizations and organize ourselves so that we can have a bigger fight against community violence.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I don't know.
Oh, that's okay.
That's it. So Troy, you have all right?
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.